Hi guys, my daughter wanted a gaming PC for Christmas. Well, she wanted a gaming PC, so I told her I'd build one for Christmas. Set a budget of $350 and thought I'd make a video out of it. People can let me know if they think I did alright or not. So my oldest daughter wanted to start playing online some PC games with me, which I quite like the thought of. And I started building a new PC for Christmas, and then of course my second daughter started to get her nose out of joint, so I ended up building two gaming PCs. So the budget for both of them was $350, and that includes a monitor, a keyboard and mouse, and Wi-Fi actually. So I wanted to build PCs that could play most games at 1080p high settings, and here's what I came up with. Having a look at the specs and the price I paid and where I sourced these parts from. The CPU for my oldest daughter's PC was a Xeon X3470, which is actually a first gen i7 based CPU, similar to an i7-870. And I think people, if you watch this video, you might be surprised about the performance you get out of something like this. And then my second daughter's PC is more of an i5 Gen 3 based CPU, which is an E3-1220v2 Xeon. So they're both Xeons, but different generations. The other important things are, for my oldest daughter, I bought a RX 570 Asus RX 570 for $69, which is a pretty good deal. And then for my second daughter's PC, I've got an EVGA GeForce GTX 970 4GB for $83, which is okay. I mean, it's not a cracking deal, but it's all right. Obviously secondhand. For monitors, I picked up a couple of monitors for $20 Australian or $14. Hewlett's Packard 1080p. The model is E221. They're TM panels, 22-inch TM panels, but you can't really go wrong for 20 Aussie bucks. And also I picked up second-hand Logitech wireless keyboard and mouse for $7, and an Acer keyboard and mouse for $7 for the two PCs. So what you see listed in purple here are the second-hand parts I bought, and what you see in black are where I bought specifically new components. So I build it using AliExpress in some cases. On AliExpress you can get some real good deals on second-hand motherboards and especially CPUs. I bought a couple of new things off Amazon. I used eBay and Facebook Marketplace, so I really scanned a whole bunch of those different places to be able to find spare parts, and I even got some second-hand parts from a local store, IJK, which is a local store in Australia. As you can see, the total cost of my first daughter's PC was $327, and my second daughter's PC comes in just under budget at $349. So what do they look like? Well, this is what they look like. On the left-hand side, you see my younger daughter's PC. The Silverstone case is actually quite nice. I picked that up for $10, which is actually a pretty good deal. And on the right-hand side, you can see my older daughter's PC, and that's using a case that I had lying around. I've kind of allocated 10 Aussie dollars for what I would have paid for that, but actually it was for free, that one. So yeah, they look okay. And there I am taking someone out playing Fortnite. Okay, so what performance do we get out of this? So firstly, in Fortnite, as you can see, if you play this at medium settings, you can almost the frame rates are ridiculously high, but I guess really at the frame rates that I'd like to play, which are basically, I set it to the high preset. I then set the view distance to epic and the shadows to medium, which is the third sample down here that you can see. On the older daughter's PC, which is the Xeon X3470 RX 570 combo, the 1% lows on that were 95, and the average FPS was 123. On the E3-1220v2 GTX 970 combo, the 1% lows on that were 81, and the average FPS was 132. So, at those settings, playing Fortnite, obviously going to have a good experience. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. These numbers are taken from the inbuilt benchmark. On the 1220 GTX 970 and DX12, DirectX 12, I just couldn't get that to work properly. So I've only got numbers on the x3470, RX570 in DirectX 12. And as you can see, hitting 60 FPS average and a 40 FPS 1% low, which is pretty good. Going back to DX11, the RX570 didn't perform as well. But if you have a look at the DX11 for the GTX 970 PC, it's acceptable. 57 average and 37 1% lows. Rainbow Six, as you can see, the Rainbow Six performance in very high settings was pretty good in both of these boxes, and consistently you'll see through some of these results the 8-thread x3470 Xeon has better 1% load performance than the E3-1220, which is a 4-core 4-thread CPU. So as you can see here in the very high settings, the min setting for the x3470 RX570 combo is 85, whereas for the 1220v2 GTX 970 combo, the 1% low is 79, and then the average FPS was very high at 127 and 130. So pretty good experience playing Rainbow Six. Far Cry New Dawn, results pretty good at low settings, and acceptable at high settings for both these particular PCs, as you can see. Not a bad result. Just to let you know, these videos aren't necessarily taken on these PCs as well, so if you see them having better FPS, it's because it's on my gaming PC, the videos that are being run here. But yeah, as you can see, these two PCs are actually performing very, very similarly, which is what I was aiming at, so which is good. World War Z. So in DirectX 11, the GTX 970, which you can see in the orange and blue, the 1% lows in orange and the average FPS in blue, was definitely better in DX11 on the GX 970, but in Vulkan, as you can see in the yellow and grey bars, the RX570 really killed it. Even in Ultra, it was hitting some pretty good numbers. So yeah, this PC plays World War Z pretty well. And World War Z. I'm actually from Australia, but you know, that's fine. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of these builds in the comments below. Did I do alright? Did I get a good deal? Didn't I get a good deal? Could I have done something better? Anyway, please consider liking this video if you enjoyed it, and potentially subscribe to my channel. Cheers.